I have a lady with me, and I feel her name is Doreen. Well, that name is really important, but it feels as Doreen as she links with me. I feel that I might be in my early 60s when she passes over, but still very fresh looking for a lady of her age. I sense with her she passes through illness, and I feel that she leaves her husband alive in the world. So I have a young lady just here. So would you know her name to be Doreen?
Yeah, her name is Doreen.
And would you know that I'm in my early 60s with her when she passes?
Yep.
And do you see that her husband is alive in the world when she passes also?
Yes.
You see that? And you see here for Doreen that she kept herself very with it for a lady of that age. You see that?
Yep.
I know it's not terribly old, but I feel very trim and very fashionable. You see this with her. And do you know there that her husband is still alive, though, darling, in our world?
Yes.
Definitely that. Do you
Yep.
see that? Because I know that she loves her husband so much, and I feel that he's desperate without her. You see, he's being there and being without her now. As she tells this to me, you should remember her having a beautiful home, darling, in the lifetime, or a very clean, immaculate space that she lived in. Do you know?
Very.
You see that for me.
Yeah.
Because I feel it's like, I say a show home, but to her it's as a show home. Everything's lovely. And I definitely have got a real thing about scatter cushions with that lady and a bit of shake and back. So I know that it smells beautiful and I know it looks fab at the same time. Do you see
Yep.
this? Do you know, I believe that our Doreen had known that she was poorly and before anybody else had not let on, had ignored it and had thought it'd all go away. Do you see this?
Very much so.
And I know that because I feel that she feared to pass or she feared to be ill that much that she wouldn't get it sorted. Do you see this? And I believe now that in the last year of my life that I knew well beforehand. So to my family and to my friends, it feels like my illness was short and fast and rapid. Do you see that for me there?
Yep.
She definitely has a conservatory, by the way. Do you know that to be
Yes.
true? I don't know if it's an extra-sized one or it's the best one in the world as she sees it, but I've got a lovely conservatory. She's showing me around it. And I feel that she's dead proud of that space. You see this? And I could go on a lot about that, but Dora and me got no time, so hurry up. And this is funny, but you prayed for me a lot. You prayed for her. Do you know that? Actually saying prayers and sitting there praying for her at the end of her life. Is that true
Yeah.
or false?
Yeah, true.
Definitely true. You prayed to God, you prayed in your way for her.
Yeah.
That's it. And I know that's why she comes, for she wants to thank you for the prayers that you gave me, the prayers that you sent to me, and I love that. But I tell you now that I have my lovely lady here wanting to come forward as the name of Doreen, that wants very much to link to her husband here and in this space. And it is for him that she comes, but yet for you that she thanks for being here and in this space. That's altogether fine. Thank you very much. Have you thought recently of working for a hospice or wanting to volunteer for other people that are poorly or do something for those that are not right? Do you see that at all?
I do voluntary work for a hospital.
Already?
Yeah.
Do you really?
Yeah.
Well, that's quite good then, wasn't it? That's good. Well done.
You're not bad, are you?
That's good, that's all right. Because I just feel that they're giving me that essence, you see, of you really putting yourself out for those that can't do for themselves. So will you continue, you'll do it anyway, won't you? But continue to do that, won't you, darling? Because I know that the spirit world, of course, would acknowledge that within you and thank you for that which you do for others. And I think that is precious. And I do think it's important that you continue to do that. Just as she settles back with me now, she doesn't do anything other than blow you a kiss. But the blowing of a kiss like this is important. And I think it's either the last thing she did for you or it's something you easily remember her doing like it's her thing. Do you see that for me?
Yep.
Is it true?
Yes.
Good. Because I know that in blowing you this kiss, it will help to strengthen this idea that it must have been her, you see. Because that's what I always did. And with that thought in my mind, and a promise I hope you will make me, that you will pass on this love to her husband, then I can leave you and say, God bless your heart. Thank you so very much indeed for listening to me. Thank you.
At first I was very nervous. I thought, oh, I don't want to put my hand up. But the more that Tony talked about this lady, I thought, no, it's got to be for me.
I have a lady with me, and I feel her name is Doreen. I feel that I might be in my early 60s when she passes over.
Doreen was a family friend, and she became just like my nan. I met Dor when I was about 13 years old. My dad started working with her, and then our family became friends with their family, and we used to go and visit. And then obviously when I started driving and things like that, I used to go at least twice a week to see her.
You should remember her having a beautiful home, darling, in the lifetime, or a very clean, immaculate space that she lived in. She definitely has a conservatory, by the way. Do you know that to be true?
Doreen was very house proud. Every day she did the housework, and the house was clean from top to bottom once a week as well. She had a lovely garden and a conservatory that she used to sit in and look out on her garden.
To my family and to my friends, it feels like my illness was short and fast and rapid. Do you see that for me there? Do you know, I believe that our Doreen had known that she was poorly, and before anybody else had not let on, had ignored it, and had thought it'd all go away.
I don't think that she wanted to think about it, and I also think that she knew that they couldn't cure it either, and that it all happened within 6 months of her being diagnosed anyway. So, but I think she knew that because she had the cancer where she had it, that they couldn't do anything for her.
You prayed for her at the end of her life. Is that true or false?
Yeah, true.
I spent some time praying about Dor at the end, basically for the fact that she wouldn't suffer and that she would go quickly. And I hope that my prayers were answered.
She doesn't do anything other than blow you a kiss.
Doreen never kissed anyone on the cheek or anything when you left. She would always look down the path and blow you a kiss when you left. So when Tony said that she was blowing me a kiss, that was very significant to me.
In blowing you this kiss, it will help to strengthen this idea that it must have been her, you see, because that's what I always did.
I took away the fact that Doreen is now at peace and out of pain, and that she's obviously with me every day of my life and is watching over what I do.